Okay, so this is what I do, and I've been doing it for about 4, 5, maybe 6 months. I don't know. Is I create an event, is what we talked about today. How to, I'll do the first and the two most important things before you ever start inviting. I learned this the hard way. Right up here, you'll hit create private event. You want to make it public, because once you invite all of your people and it's not public, you cannot go back to change it. I've made that mistake and it sucks. And then also, if you have a like page, you can choose to run it through your like page or your personal page. I always do my personal page just because I have more friends than I do likes. And I can also copy and paste the event and pin it to my like page. So people, when they are going to my like page, they can see the event on there. You don't have to choose that right away, but I usually do mine from pickmonkey.com, super easy. If you have never made an event, it's pretty easy. I'm assuming most of you have, but you just enter in whatever you want. In this case, I'll use May We Get Fit because that's my current one right now. I usually do, you'll see when I go into the actual event. And then you obviously pick the date. End time is kind of different. I usually just pick like 6 a.m. because I think it only gives you to like 2 weeks or something. You'll have your description here. You can go back and edit it. Yeah, I think that's all I got for that right now. And then obviously hit create, but I'm not going to create one. This is just how to start it. And this is what mine looks like. So we'll go over, so I started it Monday. It starts on Monday, May 2nd at 6 a.m. That's the time that I chose. And then where, I put your own home or anywhere you prefer, because obviously we can bring our workouts anywhere. And then about, so sometimes I switch it up a little bit, but I mean, you can take this and tweak it. I really don't care, but just make sure it sounds like you. So I usually say, hey, the party starts this date. What is it? And then this is what it is. How do I join? That's how you join. And then what is a challenge pack? Because a lot of people get invites to, hey, can you come to my challenge group? Like, people don't know what a challenge group is, and people don't know exactly what a challenge pack is. So that explains what it is, as little as not too much detail. And then I usually do let my old challengers in my group because obviously I want them to succeed. And so if they do have a program, even if they don't order through me, I still provide free support. I make sure they're not with another coach, of course. Obviously, I don't like stepping on toes. So that's my first and foremost question is, hey, are you working with another coach? But if they say no, I'll say, okay, well, if you have a program, absolutely. If you have Shakeology, yes. And sometimes I will let people in if they don't have a program just to see what I'm doing and how positive the challenge group actually is. But this is what I usually say, accountability and support, blah, blah, blah. And then, so I always do a prep week. Did I even put, yeah, I put prep week April 25th. So I started my prep week on Monday, this past Monday. That's all I got for that. And what I normally do, first off, I don't invite every single person on my friends list. I invite, so about 200 is what I invited. I usually have my coaches who have not started their own challenge group to use this as their invite, and then we'll run the challenge group together. But I'm not sharing about that. I'm just sharing about how I create an event. I usually share about, I slacked a little bit. I usually share at least like every other day. And no, I'm not sharing recipes. No, I'm not sharing sweaty selfies. I'm just sharing like the value of a challenge group and why I run these. And of course, before and afters. So, I mean, and why you should join a challenge group. Like, hey, did you know that you can win money? Because a lot of people don't know that. And then I always do before and afters. Usually people within my team, just because it's a little bit more personal and I do know them. But of course, I do share once in a while like the Beachbody winners and stuff because it's legit and showing that they won money and stuff. So, and then this is a great one too. You could just Google this photo. I think that's what I did. And then I, of course, share like my before and after, yada, yada. So yeah, I really didn't share that much, but I let it go. So I created this one specifically the end of March. So it opened April like 2nd, whatever that Monday was. And I let it run through the whole month. That way I have something that I'm inviting to and say, hey, did you check out the description of this? Because people say they're going, of course, but half the time they don't look at it or half the time they don't know what it is. So I always say, okay, well, great. This group starts this date or whatever. Are you still interested in it? And they're like, oh, I don't even know what I clicked into, So definitely follow up with everybody who said that they're interested in it, and everybody who said that they're going. And of course, I always, if I get a like or comment or anything on any of these, of course, I will reach out to every single person who did comment or like it. That's how I do mine. And you can, of course, share your event. I think that's about all I have. It's worked for me. It at least plants a couple seeds and gets a couple conversations going with new people, because your friends, if they like or comment something in here, their friends are going to see that too. Not sure if you knew that or not, but Facebook is weird, and that's how it works. So that's what I have for you. Pretty simple as far as your event goes. I also share or invite in my public page and my like page as well. This is not the only way, but this is a great tool to have to bring people back to. So yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.